Good morning. It's Monday. Oh, it's all right. I'm just tripping over a box of hair ribbons that I left on the floor. Yeah, my own fault. I'm here with my lovely Annie today. It's not even 10 a.m. yet. I've got to be here early because I've got things to do. I've got to make some bread. And I never made a cake last week, so I might do that. Or I might not. I just might settle for making bread today. So I thought I'd come. Oh, yeah, have your bunnies. And see you all while I've got time. Yeah, out this evening. I've got to go back to Slimming World. I've had 2 weeks off. Yeah, so I will go back tonight. My friend's back, so I will go back tonight and see what the damage of 2 weeks off has done to my body. Well, I expect you're all dying to know, you're probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyway, how our coach trip went, whatever, on Friday. Yeah. Do you know, I'm just not successful in anything I do. Yeah. Whether it's us, and that's why things go wrong, who knows? Anyway, I read the instructions, the email of where the coach picked us up. We were up there early so that I could pay for the parking and everything else and get that sorted. Got to the bus stop. Peter's kept saying, "Are you sure this is where it's stopping?" Yes. Got the email out, double checked. Yes. Well, across the road, it's a main road, bearing in mind, across the road from us, there were some elderly ladies sitting at a bus stop. And I said to Peter, they look like the type of people that would go on a coach trip. Because when my mum was alive, bless her, a lot of her friends from where they lived, mum and dad lived, went on these coach trips, and they all looked like that, a certain age. And anyway, a coach came up, and it's opposite the main hospital. Went into the hospital car park, and Peter said, "Well, what are they? Do you think that's it?" I said, "Well, it's not the coach they, we're supposed to have had." So he walked along, had a look. No, came back again, and then the coach came out the car park, went along the road, sailed past me, went along the road, and went into the goods entrance of the hospital. So he thought, this is really strange. And I said to Pete, well, if he's going that side, he's on the other side of the road. Anyway, he came back out that entrance. He must have turned around in there, came back out that entrance, and came along to the bus stop opposite us, which was across this main road. So Peter said, well, it must be them. I said, well, it's not got the name on the coach. So he went across the main road and spoke to the gentleman and waved me across. Luckily, it was half term, so there was no schools. So the road was a little bit quieter. I was able to get across the road. And, got on this coach. I said to him, he said, "Oh no, definitely this side of the road." I said, "Well, no." I showed him my email on my phone because I kept it for reference on my phone. And he went, "Oh, okay." Anyway, we got on the coach. Everybody else got the email for the other side of the road, apparently, must have done. And got on this coach, and it wasn't the coach that we were supposed to have had. It was a much smaller coach, much smaller, with no toilet. Yeah. Now, the idea was we were going to go with a really nice coach and everything else and loads of leg room. So we were cramped up in this coach. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the coach we're supposed to have had. It wasn't, if you know what I mean. There wasn't a lot of leg room. I was okay because I'm short, but goodness me. And the seats did alter a bit, so that was okay. And yeah, what next? He said, "Are you all okay?" I said, "Well, yeah, apart from," Peter said, "Yeah, there's something missing." He said, "Oh, yeah." He said, "Well, we couldn't bring that coach out because we never even got out the car park. It broke down." Whether that was a little fib or I don't know, because there wasn't an awful lot of, well, there was 29 of us instead of the coach. The other coach, I think, sat about 50 or whatever. So I think they swapped it for a smaller coach. Didn't bother bringing the other one out. Anyway, because it was supposed to have been one with a toilet on board, there was no what they call comfort breaks, stopping for a pee, literally stopping for a wee and stretch your legs. There was no comfort breaks included because we were supposed to have had the other coach. And the traffic jams, I tell you, were horrendous with roadworks. This makes your hands go really horrible. With roadworks, it was awful. And we were supposed to have got to Chichester, to the boat, the canal boat. Not coming out now. We were supposed to have been there by 12:15. Bearing in mind we was having fish and chips as well. Yeah, by 12:15. Yeah, that didn't work out. We was stuck in loads of traffic, and at one stage, two elderly gentlemen got off the coach while we were stuck in traffic to have a pee at the side of the road. Now, as you may imagine, the average age on this coach, we were the youngest. The average age was 80, must have been, and it was only us and a couple behind us, round about our age, and yeah, so that wasn't good. We actually got to Chichester, so the boat, we were supposed to have been there at 15:15, set sail at 15:15. Set sail is drift down the canal, yeah. At 12:15. We only got there about 1:15. Our fish and chips were sat there waiting for us for over an hour, so they were tepid at best. Yeah. The journey down the canal was absolutely lovely. Didn't go far, but it was absolutely lovely. And with a 20-minute break, part of the way, went on the way back to talk about a bridge where Turner painted a picture. Oh, something just come from my letterbox. I wonder what that was. Oh, I can't see. Painted a picture. So, yeah, I didn't go up on the bridge. The woman that we were talking to behind us, she did. Her husband didn't. And yeah, so afterwards, we went back on the coach and was taken into the centre of Chichester, where we were supposed to have had a couple of hours. Because of all the timing and everything else, we ended up with 40 minutes. Yeah. Oh, when we got off the coach, to start with, all these elderly ladies hobbled to the toilet before we got on the boat because they've been waiting for so long. When we got off the boat, they was all hobbling back to the toilet again before we got back to the coach to take us into the centre of Chichester. We got off. Peter said, "Well, I've got to find somewhere." He said, I haven't been to the look. He hadn't been. So he said, "Before we go back home again." So we had to go in a pub, have a drink, and that was what we spent our 40 minutes at. Well, 10 minutes finding somewhere, a pub. 30 minutes we had to have a drink. I had half a shandy, used the loo, laid our way back to the coach, where we sat on the coach checking the time all the time because I got a 12-hour parking ticket on my car. We made it back with 10 minutes to spare. So it wasn't the nice relaxing day we should have had, we didn't get. And yeah, they asked me for comments the other day, so I've sent them an email. The two guys on the coach, the young boy driving, it was his first day out, so he did take a few wrong turns picking people up, so that took a bit longer. They couldn't have been nicer, and the guide guy, whatever he's called, I don't know what he's called, really very nice people they were, and the traffic wasn't their fault. Nobody could have helped the traffic, but it would have been bearable with a toilet on board, which we should have had. Anyway, here's Annie. I've just popped Annie into this Sarah Louise dress, and I didn't tell you anything about her or the dress. Look how beautiful she is. I'm too late, Suzanne, to do your Sarah Louise week, but maybe you'll have a Sarah Louise fortnight. Or was it 3 weeks ago? You see, I do not know. As you know, Annie's partial silicone, and that's black fluff. I thought it was dirt. It's a beautiful dress. Look, it's what have you got? That must be one of mine. Here's. It's white trim. It's got a little pink stitching around the collar, and these little pink dots with eyelet across there, little pleats, and pink around the edging, and the pink dots around the cuffs. Yeah, so the day I was really looking forward to didn't go as planned, and I'm not rushing to do another coach trip. It was all a good idea, but it just didn't work out how it should have done. And the old coach they sent us didn't have much suspension, so we was a bit rattly and bouncing all over the place, so we was a bit in pain the next day. Peter had a bad back anyway because he went and caught a big fish the day before and done his back in, so he was in pain. Yeah, so now we're looking for somewhere for they're a bit big for you. Perhaps I'll put these on. I was putting these on. I don't know how much you can see, but I think I'm going to put these on her. Yeah, I'm looking at, we might go away for a night or 2 nights. In a few weeks. I'm sure I told you I love Arundel. We might go down to Arundel. So I was looking at, oh God, it's so expensive now because it's a holiday destination, because of the castle and everything else there. The prices have gone sky high since we last went a few years ago. So I was looking at Trivago. Has anyone used Trivago? I've never used it. So if anyone has, let me know your experience. Did it go how you wanted? They're a site, if you don't know Trivago, they're a site that do last minute deals on hotel rooms. I found one I quite liked last night. I thought, oh, this is good, till I read the reviews, and I thought, oh no, I'm not going there. This is, has it got in it? Yeah, it's got something. It's baby powder, and it's a pet spray. A dog scented. Well, no, you wouldn't want to smell like a dog, would you? This is what people put on their dogs. I'm just going to put it on a little bodysuit there. and it's baby powder scented. So because this is what's it called? Tell me what it's called. The powder we use. I don't know. I've forgotten. Satin something sat. I remember. As soon as I turn the camera off, I remember. Anyway, it's not scented. That is the only problem with this stuff. It's lovely. It makes them feel really nice, but it's not scented. And, it would be nice or nicer if it was scented a bit. Oh, you want your jelly cat? Yeah. Sit that one down there. And there she is, my beautiful Annie. Oh. And then on Saturday, we went up to visit my sister-in-law. My brother-in-law passed away a few weeks ago. Well, I went to saw her. Very hot, sitting in her garden. It was nice, but very hot. And here at home, the fight goes on with the building works. I still can't open any windows. Everything is. Peter washed the windows yesterday and the cars because they were thick, absolutely thick, with brick dust and whatever, God knows whatever. We went past the building site, 3 big building sites going on all at the same time. No wonder we're getting, and the mountains of soil. I mean, you haven't seen, oh, well, it must be as big as my house, the mountains of soil up there. 3 mountains, 1 for each building site. And that's why it's blowing all the way down the hill. I joined a group yesterday that are complaining about it all. And it's, well, they live closer than me. Oh, I'm glad I don't live up there. I really am, because they're complaining of breathing problems and all sorts. And there's a children's primary school up there as well. What are they going to be like in a few years when it all gets on their chest? I mean, there must be asbestos and everything in these buildings, big buildings they knocked down, because they were really, really old. Well, I lie. It was a big block that was really, really old. The others, they've dug up playing fields. So all our green space up there's gone. They've knocked all the trees down, everything, and it's criminal. It really is criminal. And these big buildings, why on earth don't they convert them? And they've all got to come out on the same road. Now we're going to have 100 and some odd from one building on one side of the road. On the other side of the road, this is where the brick dust is coming from. On the other side of the road, there's 2 lots of green spaces they've dug all over and knocked down woodlands. And there's going to be 100 and something houses in one spot and 70 odd in another spot. And they're all next to each other, and they've all got to come down. Well, not my road, luckily, but the main road next to me. Horrendous. So I was still not putting any washing out. I would have loved to have. It's beautiful weather, but I can't do it. What's the point when I've got to wash it all again? Yeah. So, right. I've had my moan. I've told you about my week, my lovely day out. But it should have been a lovely day out. My camera died. My phone died. So I wasn't able to do much with it. I took 3 photos. One is very blurred because it was on the coach. But you'll get an idea of how green how green everything is. It's beautiful. And I took 2 on the boat. Not much. I didn't do much at all. One was Peter, and he wasn't miserable. He looks miserable, but he was listening to a guy on the coach telling us all about coach on the brain now. A guy on the boat telling us all about the canal and the wildlife on the canal. So Peter was listening to that, and that's all I did. Oh, and in the centre of Chichester, there was a meeting place, Roman meeting place or whatever. Can't remember now. But as we didn't have any time, we were rushing and couldn't spend any time there whatsoever. And I couldn't go around to look at the cathedral, which I would have wanted to. On the way out, we did see it, and I think you don't want that, do you? I think it is boarded up. They're doing work on it, but I think we could have gone around the other side. But I just didn't get time. Didn't get time to do anything. Oh. Silicone velvet. That's what this is. Silicone velvet. And this is silicone velvet care liquid for their dummies. But I don't think this is the right size for you. It is a cut down one. Oh, that's better. That's better, Poppet. There we go. All right, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to pop her back to bed. I've got loads to do. So you take care. And I hope to see you Wednesday, maybe. There she is. There she is. See, all my washing, all hanging up. That's my jeans I've just chucked over the top. And, Peter's coat's there. And, it's awful. Awful. Can't do anything. But I'm going to have a quick tidy up. And I'll probably add those photos on the end. As I say, it's not much, but there you go. Bye-bye. See you soon. Take care.